Is there God? Is there God? Is there God? Do you think there is a God? Or there's no God at all? If there's no God, how this world comes to exist? If you try to Google, you find there are two types of beliefs how this universe is formed. One is called evolution. The other one is called creationism. Both of these are big words. Don't you worry. I will help to simplify it so that you can understand. Let's look at the first one, evolution. The evolutionist believes that there was a great explosion, or called a Big Bang, happened in the universe billions years ago. And after the Big Bang, life started, or life was formed. And then life started to evolve. Let's watch this short video so that you can better understand.
Hey. What took you so long?
So in this first theory, it tells you that this universe started by accident. Somehow it just started. We can use a word to describe this. That is the word random. Things that started randomly, that means there's no plan. Nobody planned it to happen, and it just happened. The second belief is this: there is someone created this universe, including you and me, and we call this person God. Where does this idea come from? How come there are people believe that there is God? So I want to refer you back to the Bible. Let me read to you Colossians chapter 1 verse 16. For everything, absolutely everything, above and below, visible and invisible, everything got started in Him and finds its purpose in Him. We are created with purpose. God did not just randomly created us, or suka-suka started the universe. It's not like that. God has planned well, and then after that, He created the universe. He created you and me. So that is the second belief. We can use one word to describe creationism. That is order or orderly. Order or orderly can mean systematic, organized, well planned. You might ask, if God created us, how come I cannot see God? Where is God? Well, things that we don't see doesn't mean it not exist. For example, can you see air? Can you see wind? But is wind there? Yes. So, There are a lot of things in this world which we cannot see, but it is there. So as God. In Romans chapter 1 verse 20, here says, "For ever since the world was created, people have seen the earth and sky. Through everything God made, they can clearly see His invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature. So they have no excuse for not knowing God." The words say, we just look at the sky and the earth and the animals, the plants, and all the things that created by God, we know that there is a God. There is someone behind the universe. Right now, I want to help you to analyze by comparing these two ideas or theories. Do you still remember? Evolution and creationism. So to make it easy, I would like to replace evolution with the word random and creationism with the word systematic. So random versus systematic. Romans chapter 1 verse 20 says that by just looking at this universe, we're able to tell whether there is a God. So right now, I would like to take 3 examples that we can see from this universe to analyze or to see whether it's random or systematic. The first example, solar system. Let's look at the space, the solar system. The word system is used. We know that in our solar system, there is a sun, and then sun is in the center, and there are 8 planets surrounds the sun. And the planet Earth is located just at the right position in this solar system. If the Earth is located just a little bit nearer to the sun, we cannot survive. We'll burn to death. Or if the Earth is moved a bit further away from the sun, we cannot survive as well because we'll be frozen to death. So, by looking at the solar system, do you think it happened randomly? Or do you think that there is someone planned it before it was created? Now, the second one, let's look at ecosystem. Let's zoom into our planet Earth. Look at the ecosystem. This picture shows 2 types of ecosystem. One is the river or pond. You can see that the rooted plants becomes the food sources for the plankton, and then this plankton becomes the food for the fish, and then the fish becomes the food for the turtle, and then we know that turtle die, decompose, and become bacteria and the food for the soil, and the soil become food for the plant. Now let's look at the second part of this picture. Water and the minerals in the soil give nutrients to the plants, and the plants becomes the food for the rabbit, and then rabbit becomes the food for the fox, and the fox die. When the rabbit die, their body turn to nutrients for the plants. Now this is another example of things that created by God, which we can observe. So, in the ecosystem, do you see systematic? Do you see orderly? Do you see organized? Do you see well planned? The last example I want to give is the water cycle. We know that water cycles shows the continuous movement of water within the earth and atmosphere. It is a complex system that includes many different processes like evaporation, condensation, precipitation. All this you learn or you have already learned in your science. So who planned all this? Can you say all this just happened randomly? It's hard to believe, right? How can this happen just randomly? My friends, I want you to think, is it easy to believe that this universe just started randomly and the life we are living now, the system we are in now, it just happened and there's no purpose in life? Or is it easier to believe that there is someone behind this universe? There is a creator who created this universe. So I leave it to you. Next week, I will talk about another system which is nearer to us, which is quite interesting to know. Use this week to think about it. When you look at the sky, when you look at the sun, when you use the water, think, is there a creator of all these things? Alright, see you next week.